graph, we know. Okay, so they should be like going in towards each other. So you're going to set them up. Plus 9 is greater than or equal to 9 minus 3a. And then I got 3 plus 9a is less than 7a plus 9.
Bro, why are there so many a's?
Okay, so we have them broken in 2 sets. Okay, and these ones are fairly simple. Okay, so where do letters go? To the left. And on inequalities, it's very important because if your letter is not on the left, if we end up with something like 3 is less than a, you cannot say that the arrow points that way. Okay, it's open and it points that way. The letter has to be on the left. Okay, so make sure that you're moving your letters to the correct area. Okay, so does the 9a need moved?
No.
Okay, what about the 9? So minus 9, minus 9. What else needs moved? Plus 3.
3a.
Plus 3a. Okay, and we should get an x's on both sides. So for this one, you're going to have 12a is greater than or equal to 0. What's our last step going to be?
Divide.
Divide. So a is greater than or equal to 0. So this one is done.
Bro, we were so smart. Well, you're smart.
Okay, so this one, 3, does it need moved?
Yeah. Wait, no. Wait, yeah.
So how do I move it?
You have to subtract by 3.
Minus 3, and where does it go under?
No. The 9.
Minus 3. I almost wrote 9. What else needs moved?
7.
So minus 7a, minus 7a. Okay, so for this part, I'm going to get 2a is less than 6. And what's my last step going to be? Divide by 2. Divide by 2. A is less than 3. Okay, and now we're ready to graph. So at the 0, should it be open or closed?
Closed.
Closed, pointed where?
To the right.
To the right. Okay, and what about the 3?
Number 3, open, place to the left.
Point to the left. Does our picture look like an and?
No.
Yeah, so we can go ahead and like shade the... So the reason why I just draw the little arrows, okay, is so that way I know right off the back if one's pointing this way and one's pointing this way and it's not right, then I don't have to erase all of that freaking shading and everything else, okay? So I just draw the little arrows, kind of look at it and say, well, it kind of looks right. Does that mean it's right? No, but they're both at least pointing in, okay? So, and we can go ahead and shade the inside in. Okay, 2. We're going to still write them down. So 4, or p plus 4 is less than or equal to 3p minus 4. And my other equation is going to be 3 plus p is less than 3p plus 9. Okay, so the I'm going to write a 1 here. So I got a 1p. Does the 1p need moved?
No.
What about the 4?
Yes. Yeah.
What does it go under?
Negative 4.
Okay, what else needs moved?
3.
So minus 3p minus 3p.
Negative 2.
So I got negative 2p is greater than or equal to negative 8. And what's my last step always? Divide by negative 2. If we divide by a negative, what do we need to remember to do? Flip it. Okay, so on this one, we gotta subtract 3. Subtract 3. Okay, over here, we're gonna subtract 3p. Subtract 3p. How many p is this one that it just says p?
1.
Yeah, so it's really a 1. So I got a 1p minus a 3p. It's gonna give me a negative 2p. It's less than 6. And what's our last step always? Divide. Do we need to flip?
Yes.
Why?
Because we're dividing by a negative.
Yeah, because this negative, this 2 is negative, we need to flip it, okay? So, okay, and is this one an and or an or? It's an and, so we know what it should look like, okay? So, on the 4, it should be closed, pointed towards the inside. Okay, and this is what I was talking about. If you forget to flip on these, you're gonna get like arrows that are pointed out, or you might get one arrow that's pointed out and one that's pointed in. And so that's why, same thing, I said, we'll draw a little bitty arrow to just let you know before you go in. Okay, so on the -3, and it should be pointing this way. And they're both pointed in, so we know that, we hope, I guess, that we did it right. Okay, let's look at 3. Okay, so my first thing, I can go and write them both down. So I can say 10 plus 2r is less than 7r minus 10. And then for the other one, I got 10r minus 3 is less than 8r minus 7. Okay, we gotta move our letters to the left and our numbers to the right. So the 10, it's a number, it needs to move, so minus 10, minus 10. So I have 2r is less than, and I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, and then I also need to move this 7, so minus 7r. Okay, so on this one I got minus 5r is less than -20. And then we get to divide by -5. R, and we got to flip, is 4. Okay, for the other one, the 10r, it can stay because it's a letter and it's already on the left. The 3 needs to move, so I say plus 3, plus 3. Okay, and I also need to move that 8r, so I'm going to say minus 8r, minus 8r. Okay, so I'm going to have 10 minus 8 is going to be 2r is less than -5. No.
You fell.
4. My bad. Okay, and our very last step is going to be to divide by 2. So r is going to be -2. Gosh, I don't. What is the matter with me? And we don't need to flip it. Okay, so on the.
You got one thing. You say it's negative. Like down here it's -5.
Which one? I don't know what you're talking about. It's -5. I said -8 on this one. I think. I mean, okay, go open, and it's gonna be to the right, and the -2 is gonna be open and to the left. Okay, and they're an or, so they should be pointing out and away from each other. So we know that this one is probably right. Okay. Okay, number 4 says 4 plus 3a is less than 4a plus 4, and 5a minus 5 is greater than or equal to 6a minus 9. Okay, our letters go on the left and the numbers go on the right. So I'm gonna say minus 4, minus 4. My 4a needs to go over, so minus 4a, minus 4a. Okay, so for 3 minus 4a, I'm gonna get negative 1a is less than 0. And my last step is gonna be to divide by negative 1. So a, and it's still gonna be 0, but I do need to flip my sign. Okay, so with the zeros, be careful that you don't skip that extra step and say, well, anything is still going to be 0, because it is, but you got to make sure that you flip still. Okay. Okay, so over here, I got a negative 5, so I'm going to say plus 5, and then I got a minus 6a, minus 6a. So I'm going to have negative 1a is greater than or equal to negative 4. And then my last step is always to divide. And yeah, we need to flip it because we're dividing by that negative 1. Okay, so it's still gonna, it's gonna be positive 4. Okay, we're ready to graph it. So at 0 should be open, pointed to the right. And the 4 should be closed, pointed to the left. Okay, and they're pointing inwards, and it's what do you call it? An and, so they should be pointed inwards. Okay, so we know it's probably right.